Hi everyone, this is Spring again from IBM ECM Level 2 support team in AP region. I will continue with the series part 1. In part 2, I will mainly cover the Kubernetes install and configuration. Okay, actually here is the beginner guide link for how to install Kubernetes cluster on Red Hat 8. I will also attach this link in the YouTube video. Okay, here are some tips I will cover, such like FileNet pod network add-on. You need to remove cnizo and use the following command. And also in the latest version of Kubernetes, such as 1.24.2, you need to manually create service account secret for dashboard. I will cover that in detail in the Ansible Playbook. Ansible inventory naming, actually for the master node, I have one for master node and also 2 worker nodes I define here, and also the variables for all the nodes, actually, so like work directories, and also the Ansible directories, and also the CRIO version, and also the most important, they should be the last 2 lines, like Kubernetes master token and the Kubernetes discovery token C third hash. Those actually 2 parameters actually for the worker node to join the cluster. Okay, I will cover that later. Okay. Then we will back to the okay. We'll mainly go through the prerequisite playbook. You can see actually here, actually per that link I attached for how to install Kubernetes cluster in Red Hat 8. Actually, you can see first creating a working directory, and then we using swap off A for a prerequisite to install Kubernetes, and also set Linux as a permissive. You can see, and also install the IP root -tc, and also the Kubernetes.conf. Okay, and of all this, and we just save the change and exist, and also we set repository for CRIO. Okay, and then install the CRIO. Okay, in this shell. Okay, and then reboot all the nodes, master node and worker nodes. Okay, and then in the second one, okay, this should be the install. Okay, you can see for all the nodes, actually we enable CRIO. This is the Docker runtime for Kubernetes, the new Docker runtime for Kubernetes, and then we start that service. Okay, and then we just copy the Kubernetes repository to a system repository etc yum the repository.d, and then next we'll install the Kubernetes on all the nodes. Okay, install kubelet, kubeadmin, and kubectl. Okay, after all this down, we just enable the kubelet service, and also start kubelet. Okay, kubelet. Okay, all this down, we'll go to the next cluster playbook. Okay, and because we also need to swap off, and then we will change IPv4 forward to 1, that parameter. And also at the master node, we'll initialize a control plane in the master node using this. You can see the subnet. Okay, this sudo kubeadmin init. Okay, to initialize a control plane. Okay, of all this, we will copy some master node home setting. Okay, to the master node home directory. Okay, and setting the for master node home directory. So we can run the kubectl in the master node. And next, we'll install the FileNet pod network add-on, and you can see this kubectl apply -f. Okay, this kube-FileNet.yaml to install that add-on. And also, per the previous tips, actually, we need to remove CNI0 using ip-link delete CNI0. Okay, and most importantly, we'll see that token info shell. We'll particularly go to the shell to have a look for that. Okay, so in token here, this one. So actually, we will capture the token, the Kubernetes admin token, and in also for the hash, cert hash, also capture that value, and then replace the inventory variables. We just show that variables here, right? You can see we will replace this values, token and hash, with the actual values. Okay, and see that in the inventory files. And after that, okay, the final cluster, should be the cluster one. So for the worker node server, for all the worker node server, then we will using that variable to join worker node, all the worker nodes to the cluster, using the join worker node shell. Okay, can check this shell. Okay, join worker node. Okay, this one. So here you can see the using the kube admin join, and that also the master node host and port, and then using that token and hash. Okay, variables. That's quite straightforward. Okay, sorry. Okay, then we just go to the continue, go to that one. Okay, and then back to the master node, we need to label the worker node. Okay, that means using kubectl get nodes. Actually, we did not see any label on the worker node, so we're using this shell to label worker node. Okay, all this down, actually we'll install and deploy Kubernetes dashboard. As I mentioned earlier, that means starting from Kubernetes 1.24, actually the secret need to manually create. Okay, then we before that we need to using like update dashboard service, and also create a service account for dashboard, and also here is the secret YAML shell. So we just check the secret YAML. So you can see here, this is secret YAML for Kubernetes 1.24. And for this, also the name, also a notation, and also the time. Actually, after all this YAML is applied, it actually will manually create that secret. Okay. So we can use this command, kubectl describe secret, and for that secret name, and then the namespace Kubernetes dashboard. Ingress applied is actually based on bare metal and no pole. So we will use command kubectl apply -f deploy.yaml, and once for all of the YAML is applied, Nginx ingress controller port will be provisioned. Of this, the resources including Kubernetes cluster, dashboard, and ingress are all ready for FileNet container install prerequisite. Okay, I think that's it for the part 2. Thanks for watching.